everyone, it's Liam Carson here. It's time to get into another couple of episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's episode 19 and episode 20. Yeah, the next time we do this, of course, we will be concluding season 5, which has been a really solid season. A season that has been my favourite so far. Obviously, we've got 3 more seasons to go after this, but it has been a really incredible season, so I am really looking forward to seeing how things will end for this season. I do have a bit of a feeling how it's going to end, you know, given how we set things up way early during the Halloween heist and all of that, as well as the continuous talks and all of that. So yeah, but still, it will be very interesting to see what will happen. Of course, we had Jake's half-sister emerge in the last episode, in the last reaction, should I say, because of course that was episode 17. We also had the return of Adrian, actually, in the last episode, so yeah, But yeah, it was really great stuff last time. So why don't we get into these couple of episodes for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. First off, it's episode 19 of season 5. Let's go.
You guys that think of me as one of the boys, so tonight I'll be swapping out my
One of
captain's
the
hat
boys
for my Kangol hat. Call me Raymond.
Oh my god. The captain's not here. Raymond is.
Mine too. Sharon gave me permission to get wet.
Ah, well, that settles that.
This clearly says Bach boys.
No,
Bah.
it's Batch, you know, like the beginning of Bachelor.
Silent
For 10
T.
years, don't ruin it!
Okay, so let's fanny up, Batch Boys, because it's time to party.
Woo, woo!
Yes.
Wow.
Raymond and the Kangol.
Raymond.
Let's go.
Whoop whoop. I'm calling them the Bad Batch. Just for Star Wars brevity. And they're probably going to be bad tonight.
Your little gift. I had to guess on cup size.
Just gonna burn that for you.
Thank you.
Amy, I too have a gift, okay?
Probably the best
Tonight,
idea.
Until the stroke of midnight, I will not make fun of you in any way at all.
Oh, that's
so
going to be a
sweet.
challenge for
And my
Gina.
gift-
It's gonna be one of those scavenger hunts, Boyle, because that pasta pot isn't filling itself.
Come on, Terry, let's just see what the plan is. Charles, what do we do?
I don't know anything about it, but why don't we take this map and this sextant and chart a
God.
course to the restaurant?
Title of your sextant tape.
Did not work at all, but I love that you attempted it. Title of...
I love how Holt's on board with this. Title of your sextant. Love it.
Never have I ever changed lanes without signaling.
You guys are insane.
Wow.
Never have I ever
Wow.
accepted the terms and conditions without reading them.
Amy's not this
risky.
Left a
clean.
movie without watching the credits.
Those people worked hard.
Used more
Amy's
than the
not this
recommended
clean,
amount.
right?
Impressed.
In fact, Kylie, it was the lead singer of your wedding band.
Boom! That's right. I'm a wild girl. Watch out, Madonna.
Ames, I told Jake that you really liked that band and he booked it for your wedding as a surprise.
What?
Surprise!
Oh. Wow, that's not awkward. Never have I ever been perfect.
You have your friend! Your cities to find him!
Is that a Serbian accent?
It is. Write that down for later. Oh! I'll see you in 6 hours!
6 hours?
Well, you can get drunk.
No, please!
Charles is gone.
Jerry's so hungry! No! I was eating and drinking and talking about how we lost our V cards. And then we show up at the final location and pretend we did the stupid thing.
Honey Hole is something else.
I'm not saying I'm on board with this because it's a little bit cruel, but hypothetically, if we were to cheat...
Hypothetically.
I hacked his email. His password's really easy.
Diane Weiss.
And look here.
Diane
There's a
Weiss.
receipt.
Be fun.
And it will be. We're having a drunken adventure.
Really?
We're going on a drunken adventure. Yes, we need
Let's do it.
5,
Bachelor-Ette
6, 7 drink
adventure.
Amy.
Kylie, you should talk less. Sorry, I have to direct it somewhere.
Why is everyone looking at me?
You just said you had an idea, then you stopped talking.
How wasted is Holt?
He's FaceTiming me, you guys. What do? You can't know we're at the restaurant. I need a neutral background.
I'm a neutral background. I'm huge.
Yes, genius.
Let me put on my jacket. Okay.
Wedding band man bun.
Not that long.
I doubt he even remembers me.
Oh
He will remember you.
Ladies
There
and
you go.
gentlemen, the love of my life is here.
Oh no.
3 months. We dated for 3 months.
All right,
This is the boat.
Ah,
Now
now.
Charles has.
Oh, wow, this is amazing!
Yeah! Now we get to the best part. Steaks and
no.
shots.
Oh
more
my
meat and alcohol.
God.
What does that mean?
Oh no. This...
One more surprise for you. If I could have your eyes, ears, and emotional core,
Bruce Willis, mate. Oh.
I'd like to take you all on a journey.
Oh no. How did he acquire those?
Your mom didn't have any pigs, so I had to call the hospital. Jake Peralta,
How-
my
why-
partner, my best friend.
Harry's coin fell out of his pocket and we lost it. We just didn't have the heart to tell you.
Oh no.
It fell down the
Cost
drain.
$100. All right, Terry will pay me back later. What? Captain, your coin.
Oh my God. Ah! We all lost it.
Your fiance would cancel when he found out about us, so I put in a huge kill fee.
You're a jerk.
He never even noticed.
You didn't read the terms and conditions.
No, of course he didn't.
Charles, I'm sorry that we.
'Cause who
cheated,
has
but your puzzle
time?
was too hard.
Don't let me stop you. You can hang out with your friends all you want because I'm leaving.
Charles.
25K goal. He put so much work into not just the scavenger map presentation.
She doesn't know where he is.
Wait, I'm Jake Peralta. You were part of my bachelor party tonight.
Oh, you're the jerk who didn't show.
He knows who I am.
Yeah, and he is not in.
Okay, so I need to come up with 15 grand or my father-daughter dance is going to be performed by that.
Out of his man purse.
Won't he know what's going on? He saw all of us with Amy.
Not all of us.
Sick set. You were really
Oh, yes!
I'm Lucius Lyon, record executive at Executive Records.
Lucius Lyon.
Anyway,
For the record, I loved you from Family Matters. Carl Winslow made me want to become a cop.
Oh, come on, Terry. You already have like 6 other reasons you became a cop. This is not your moment. And for the record, that's the first time I've ever heard him even mention Family Matters.
Look, it's late. Please leave.
Come on. Making this sound.
Fine. I'll tell you where he is.
Thank you so much. Also, we're gonna need you to take us there because we're all too drunk to drive.
You thought you could distract me with a record deal? Please.
Tell your mother I said I never loved you and that your whole family is a bunch of friggin'
And you could have broken your skull. I'm just saying. Hoi.
Broken his heart.
I mean, didn't you make me less of a priority when you and Genevieve got together?
Yes.
See?
Oh.
I mean, no matter what, we'll always be best friends. Hey,
There
know
you
why
go.
I
That's
didn't
what he
like the
needed to
scavenger?
hear.
Because it was stupid and overcomplicated.
And wait.
Hours. I wanted to spend my bachelor party with you.
Aww. It's kind of sad,
Can't believe
isn't
they
it?
pissed off Reginald Bell Johnson just to find me.
Oh, please. He'll get over it.
No, I won't.
No, he won't.
You made an enemy for life. And I'm telling Bruce Willis you suck.
Oh, you can't do that, Reginald.
With a lot of details.
Oh no.
He seems like a really passionate guy.
I'm never gonna live this down.
Wow.
No, you are not. I'm just kidding. I'll never
They're just.
Thank you. You're the sweetest. I love you.
I love you too, Turtle Bug.
Oh,
Do I
Turtle
still
Bug.
need to be here?
Yes, Reginald, we're all toasted and we need rides home.
He's their Uber. He's their Uber driver. Oh man, damn it, Reginald. I love how they incorporated the whole Die Hard thing for Jake. So yeah, well, Charles did. I could see what he was doing in regards to trying to appeal to Jake, like especially in regards to his love for Die Hard. So yeah, I just really loved it. Yeah. That was fun, though. That was fun. That was a fun adventure. So, yeah. Yeah. It was, like, I did feel so bad for Charles, I'm not gonna lie, because, of course, he did organise this event. Like, he fought so hard to ensure Reginald, I guess, got involved. But also that this scavenger hunt would work. So, yeah. And it is really, really, heartfelt with Charles thinking about the fact that, well, pardon me, the dynamic might change, and I wanted something big, grandiose. It's kind of like The Last Ride, isn't it? In terms of, when the precinct was on the verge of getting shut down and all of that, and they wanted one last go, didn't they? Because of the fact that you had that solid connection, and you didn't want that friendship to dissipate. It's kind of like that, and the dynamic might change. I mean, yeah, sure, Jake or Charles ain't getting shifted off to another precinct once Jake gets married. But it's more so about that friend, that connectivity, that dynamic that is going to change. So yeah. And at the end of the day, they all three of them, mainly Jake, of course, realized that he needed to be a better person than obviously just ditching Charles and his efforts and all of that. So yeah, as well as just air out his own personal feelings and all of that. So yeah. So yeah, and I get, like I said, I get Charles. I do get why he went above and beyond and all of that. Obviously, Jake just wanted to have a great time with his friends, and it really, really does punch a hole when he said, "Well, when you got kidnapped, that was kind of sad because I didn't." In the kindest way possible, I didn't really want the scavenger hunt or anything like that, especially something as dramatic as you getting kidnapped. Because I just wanted to spend time with my, best friends. So, yeah. So, you could understand why Charles did go above and beyond. He wanted to cater to Jake. So yeah, although now he's going to be hated by Bruce forever, so oof. But I think if it's either, Bruce or Charles, he would be, damaged by losing Charles forever, so yeah. Because they have such a deep-rooted bond, so yeah, and you do love with this show, they do explore heavily about the connections and the relationships with, everyone in the 992, certain characters. They focus on that heavily. And, this is another case of that. Obviously we know about how Charles and Jake have been long-time best buds, but obviously with this being the bachelor party for Jake, and, how Charles has been, planning this out for years as well, but still just planning things out, and for Jake to kind of abandon Post and all of that. Yeah, there is a heavy emotional kick to things because of the fact that whereas Jake just wanted a nice time out with his friends and all of that, Charles had another idea and everything. So yeah. Which, with him planning the party before Jake even met Amy, it kind of makes sense with the whole, well, I know how much you love Die Hard, so I'm gonna centralize this around Die Hard. It's something that you're never going to abandon. So, I can plan this even if it doesn't look like you're gonna get married. It's still something that I will plan until my dying breath. It's like with Doctor Who and F1. It's not something I will ever fall out of love with. So you can plan, people can plan whatever, for my 50th, around those subjects and all of that. So yeah, talk about my 50th as it's coming up. I'm 30 next year. Come on. No, it was really, really nice stuff though, and I also really loved, of course, the how Amy's situation came about, especially when it all started about Amy just being so, with the whole Never Have I Ever drinking game, of course, you have Amy who is just perfect, I guess, and yeah, with Gina and Rosa and Kylie there, as well as, I guess, namely Hitchcock, because he was getting his stomach pumped and all of that. They were just taking shots and all of that, and Amy just didn't have that, daring streak and all of that. And I guess it is on brand and all of that in regards to, Amy being perfect. But at the same time, we know what 5-drink Amy is like. We know what 4-drink Amy is like. So, yeah. And we know that even though that Amy does strive for that perfectionist, she's done some things in her time and all of that. So, yeah. It's so ironic, though, really, when it comes to Gina not refraining from making any kind of jabs towards Amy. The whole Never Have I Ever game is an ample opportunity to get into that kryptonite in terms of, okay, what, things has Amy done, really? Because Gina would have all the dirt and all of that, so, yeah. But obviously it all culminated in regards to the whole Constantine Kane situation, where Amy had a connection with Constantine Kane and all of that, so yeah. And what was initially a one-night stand, reluctantly had to span for 3 more months, so yeah. But I did really, really love the fact, though, that they stuck up for Amy so much. They had this plan to, even Hitchcock and Scully, they had, involved, they had this plan to stick it to Constantine because of the fact that he was being a bit of a jerk about things. So, yeah. And Jake knew ultimately, of course, at the end of the day, so, yeah. But I really loved the whole banded together situation where you have all of the gals try to help Amy, and then Amy at the end, I felt that the way that she fell off and that hit, I felt that was absolutely excruciating, because it's just the way that she just felt, and yeah, so yeah. But yeah, I did really, really love, of course, them all sticking together, especially with the fact that Amy didn't want to have any kind of awkward vibes, especially since Constantine was gloating about shit, and was trying to win Amy back and all of that, when, he couldn't read it takes a special kind of jerk to try and ruin someone's wedding day, because that's it, though. He was, by saying, oh, I still have feelings for you, yeah, so, yeah. So, yeah, but it was, like I said, really, really nice to have all of them stand up for Amy and all of that, so, yeah. Because that's it, though. She shouldn't be criticized or anything like that, based on her past and whatnot. So yeah, it's the same thing in terms of any kind. I guess it kind of fits in well as well with the whole, her relationship with Constantine. It fits in well with, I guess, Amy's perfectionist and all of that. You might have done some embarrassing stuff and all of that. This, of course, correlates to the Never Have I Ever game. It's nothing to be ashamed. I've done some shit when I'm drunk, so that I do not want resurfaced, because, yeah. But, it doesn't make you, it doesn't lessen you or whatever. It's the same with Amy. Amy has done, we've known that Amy is not all, perfect and all of that, although obviously she has that kind of character to her. So yeah. But yeah, it was really, it's still really, really nice to see them all band together at the end of the day, all the gals sticking up for Amy. So yeah. No matter what, no matter if she is, perfect, or even if they do dub her as boring at times, they will stick up for her no matter what. So yeah, you gotta stick to the gals have gotta stick together. So yeah. So yeah, episode 20 then. Let's get into it. So, with that said, because I've gotta load up the thing.
Gentlemen.
Is he still drunk? Why does he look like Paddington? Get him some marmalade or something.
Fine, I was trying something and it didn't.
It's just that. He tried something, didn't work. No harm in doing that.
Consensual non-work jabber.
I just said it might be nice if you checked in on the squad's personal lives every now and then.
Exactly, jabber. Scully, go.
Jabber.
It's just a regular morning for me. Woke up again with my dog's butt on my mouth.
This experiment has failed. Back to work talk. Peralta, I have a case for you.
It's a no can do, sir.
Sure she knows your name.
You clearly just texted her the answer.
No, she didn't. Del avocado.
It's all wrong. I'm used to one of them.
Autocorrect.
Great. Now I'm caught in a turf war between my new squad and my old squad.
I know this is a big deal for you as a manager, but I gotta pee real bad.
Right. I believe in you.
Had me together. During a training exercise, I shot him with a rubber bullet. It somehow got underneath his goggles and hit him in the eye. It kind of messed up his depth perception.
Oh, but that was a long time ago. I'm sure he's totally fine now and has forgotten all about
Yeah,
it.
that's not something I'd say.
If it isn't Jake Peralta, my old...
Rogers! It happened again! I told you to keep the...
It's impossible. You know I hate the word impossible unless it's immediately followed by the words ghost and protocol. Shh.
What's going on?
There's an active shooter in a hotel in Brooklyn Heights.
Oh, shit.
Multiple casualties. ESU is en route and nearby officers are responding to the scene right now. Show me going in their badge number. They're telling dispatch that they're close by and they're responding.
Diaz 3118, show me going.
Diaz? Rosa Diaz?
Rosa?
That's her badge number. Rosa's there.
Oh, shit. The situation's really,
So there's limited information about the situation in Brooklyn Heights.
She's the toughest of all of us.
Oh.
No offense, guys.
No, that's accurate.
Very fair.
I could take her. What? I'm wily.
I promise you I will keep you updated if I learn anything. In the meantime, you all have jobs to do.
That's
Dismissed.
it, though. You gotta, like, trust that
Ames.
Rosa's gonna get...
She's gonna be okay.
I know.
Oh.
I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, you can really feel the...
Let's become street racers.
Okay, Charles.
Have that
How do I look?
upbeatness and-
So cool. How do I look?
Really? Holy shit!
You almost look like...
Speed racer? Right?
Speed
This is
racer!
exactly what he wears. And the best part is, I can use the kerchief to start the race.
I wanted this app to feel normal and...
Whoever gets anything done around here.
And because you were supposed to get it fixed last week, so this is kind of a
there
second
it
chance for you.
is.
This is a time of crisis, so we're supposed to be lifting each other up. Now, why don't you call that plumber I've been asking you to call for a few hours now?
That plumber. Oh my god.
Any news, Sergeant?
Last I heard, they've located one
Mario?
shooter, but they...
This fact will comfort you. As an NYPD officer, you're more likely to be crushed by scaffolding than to die on the job.
Oh, God.
Oh no,
This is a
Terry.
city of scaffolding. No, Sergeant. I was only trying to point out that there are
no,
millions of potential ways to die.
Terry
Do you
is
know
gonna
how
freak
common
out.
choking is?
What are you doing, man?
care about her.
Look, I know you're concerned about Diaz, as am I. Nevertheless, I am ordering you to stay in this precinct.
Foot's
Fine.
down, but he's gonna leave.
I understand that's your order.
He understands, but he doesn't have to listen.
What'd he say? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go help Rosa.
There we go. He understands what he's saying. It's reminding me of that Nick Fury comment in The Avengers. I understand you made a decision.
I don't know, something feels off.
He sounds too white. Here's how you do it.
No, that's okay. Luckily, I have a backup plan. I got the Holt soundboard app from Gina.
Yes!
I'm Raymond Holt.
Yes! Get some!
Man, the soundboard Holt is so horny.
Anyways, hitch.
Lit. Still porn! How is that still
What?
porn?
Are you Googling it, not YouTubing it?
All right, the first thing we gotta do, shut off the water supply.
Oh my god!
That's an Urkel reference from the show Family Matters.
Hitchcock are just looking at each other. I'm a little worried they're not gonna be able to.
You son of a bitch!
Oh shit! Oh! Fuck!
Go.
I think that was a little much.
Oh my God! They're in a penis punch 69.
A body armor and a long gun.
Is he all clear? Yes. Approved.
Thanks. Oh, hey, Raymond.
That's
Can't
Holt.
wait for you and Kevin to come over and meet the baby. We still on for Thursday, right?
Yes! Get some!
Screw that.
No,
I'm
Charles!
sorry, I thought you
Wow!
wanted to meet baby Carol. Her surgery was such a success.
It works! We did it!
What's that weird
Oh.
noise? Doesn't sound good.
No,
Oh,
that
no.
sounds fine. That's totally normal. We fixed it.
Poor Amy, that's 2 times.
How are you disobeying an order from the commissioner?
I'm clearly the good guy here, all right? If this was a movie, no one would be on your side. You're basically the guy in Ghostbusters who lets all the ghosts out.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
Exactly. Now, if you'll excuse me,
There's
I'm
a
gonna go
fucking
help
ghost
Rosa.
on the lawn!
This isn't a movie.
You do it.
I tried, but it didn't work. I'm not particularly skilled at emotional jabber. I was hoping you would step up.
And I was hoping to actually do something
Someone be the
valuable like
heart.
help Rosa. So you gonna stand in my way or not?
Oh, Jake.
Sorry. We should just give up. This was such a dumb idea.
Yeah, it would only
No,
matter
it
if we
wasn't.
actually thought Rosa was coming home today.
We should keep going, right?
Definitely.
Oh.
Also, it's fun to watch you get destroyed by a toilet.
How do I deal with the fact that every day I leave for work, I might not come home?
Man, I don't even know, Terry. I don't have kids yet, but I know you love them. And I feel like that's all you can really do, right? I mean, now that I'm getting married, I keep thinking if something happens to me, it'll act... Captain, I know you don't eat pizza, but I figured you'd want to be included.
Jake really helped Terry out.
Thank you. You know what would make a great movie? One where the hero sits with his friends and they talk about their emotions.
I know that you're just being nice right now, but that would be a terrible movie. I mean, what would the poster even be? Just a bunch of people's fun.
I don't know.
Okay, Jake.
Come on, man. Go easy on him.
Oh!
You're okay. Where'd you come from?
Felt like walking, so I took the stairs. Also, I thought it'd be funny to mess with you guys.
Rosa, you know
Of course
I hate
you
pranks.
did.
You love pranks.
I do. I really do. You did it so good.
Minutes I stepped outside.
Hey, Gina! Look what I stole from the Barnes and... Oh my god.
She stole?
Oh. Wait, are you covered in toilet water?
Been time, but this is happening.
Ugh, fine.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like I'm lurking.
Gina, get in here.
Boy, sheesh, that episode. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was, yeah. It was really, really, intense. Like, especially when the scanner went off and, you know, talked about the dire situation, and you could really tell, you could really absorb the energy in the room. You could really tell, okay, well, it's going to be one of those episodes where it's just going to be very, very heavy, isn't it, in terms of the emotions and everything. And then, of course, Diaz is involved in it, so, yeah. And it was just really, really powerful, like, especially, yeah, especially when you have everyone who was just worried and everything, so, yeah. Phew. And that's it, though. You weren't aware of what was happening in the background as well. Yeah. They really, like, that's it, though, and I think that's what really makes this episode stand out well, is the fact that they showed how everyone was fearing and all of that, so, yeah. And I think that, like, that really, really hits the nail on the head perfectly, like, in terms of showing, like, we for this kind of scenario, we would probably flick to the action, to the, like, to see, okay, to see it visually play out. We never get to see the stuff on the other side, where people cannot do anything but support one another. So, yeah. And I think this was a pretty, like, especially when you consider the fact that the 9-9 is family. You didn't need to see what was going down. You just needed to see the support that everyone had for one another. So, yeah. I mean, I will say, I feel like when it came to the whole metaphor in terms of keeping the laughter involved in the midst of all of this, I felt like that was perfect. Because the characters need that little bit of levity. They need that little bit of a distraction to keep the day going, and they just have to. They can't really do anything, even though that Jake wants to. They have to just wait and keep their minds distracted. So, yeah, because this episode is, like I said, when it comes to what Rosa was caught up in, we could have cut away to the action. We could have seen what was happening, but this was more so about how it was affecting those who can't really do anything in that situation but wait. So, and that's it with and I think that is the like beauty when it comes to the narrative of this episode for us watching this. I mean, I feel like Rosa was surely. I mean, surely she had to survive, or at least, yeah. If you know, if anything, she might get injured. So yeah, I didn't think there would be any kind of, yeah, but in that moment, you know, it's like what, you know, was referenced. It's not a movie. You can't expect people, like, there could be that moment where, like, for all of these characters, they don't know if Rose is coming back home. And it's really, really heart-shattering. So, and that's it, though. In that moment, they are just worried. They are breaking it. And in some cases, they think about, it could be us. Like that moment with Jake and Amy when they were confiding in one another after learning about the severity of the situation, because it could be one of them. Like, yeah. And you do worry about your loved one. I mean, they are all loved. They're a family at the end of the day. But, yeah. And sadly, that is the circumstance. There are some occasions where your significant other doesn't come home, and yeah. And it's just really, really sad, really, like, the circumstances with this episode. But again, it was really, really powerfully told. I think, like I said, what makes this episode work, there are a lot of things that make this episode really work well, but I think what stands out importantly is there's a severe situation going on. And and you know, this episode could have been grandiose in terms of, like, action, make it, yeah, Die Hard. Jake wanted to be the hero, but he had to assess the reality of the situation. They could have shown the action and all of that. It was not about that, this episode. The main subject of this episode was focusing on those who couldn't be there, who were instructed and really couldn't do anything. We would like to think we could be the hero. If you've got a love, like, that's it though. With the 99, they are family. With Jake, like, you could understand, he wants to be the hero. He wants to do the right thing. He wants to save his friend. He wants to, like, sometimes he will have that, like, die-hard instinct, be John McClane. But there is a line where you have to separate fiction from reality. And you know, Holt had to guide him in the right place. I mean, that's it though. Jake was bricking it. And he had that hero ideal in his mind, which is understandable. Because I think a lot of us, you know, would love to try to be the hero in that moment, which is understandable because of the fact that you're petrified. Everyone is, but of course they deal with things in their own way, of course. Like I said, with Jake, he tried to be the hero. With Terry, he was worried about his family. Like, what if it were me? And yeah. And sometimes you just got to take your mind off things. Like Amy. and Gina did in terms of the toilet situation. So, and yeah, that's it though. Like, everyone had their own ways of handling this situation. So, because they were very, very scared for their, well, not just a colleague, someone who was family. So yeah, and yeah, and it just really it's just really, really great when Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I say rarely because even though we've had a few emotional episodes, it's not like an every 3 episode deal, is it? But there will be a moment in Brooklyn Nine-Nine's tenure where they will have these very powerful moments, whether it's Moo Moo, whether it's Rosa coming out. They will tackle certain subjects with a very, very poignant touch. And they did in this episode. Because, like I said, they could have shown the action, but that would defeat the purpose of this episode. This was not about seeing Rosa, because that's it though. We've seen characters and all of that at risk and all of that before in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And of course the situation was dire in this episode. And of course you just got to think one wrong move in, previous encounters, like Holt being taken hostage in the season 3 finale. Heck, even, Jake and Holt in witness protection. Yeah. We've seen occasions where, things could have gone south, where, of course, the Nine-Nine are going to be in the thick of it. But this was a really dire situation where, things were going in a sad direction, and they had no idea if Rosa was going to make it back. And this was more so focusing, okay, what's on the other end of things in terms of, they're not at the scene. And they can't really do anything about it, so... And in that moment, everything just comes to a halt, because... that's what it's going to be like, really. And you just go over in your mind, I want to do something, I want to save Rosa, etc. Or you will, think about your family... in 2 ways, really. Like, biological family, I guess, and the Nine-Nine, like Terry did. So, yeah. And sometimes you might make these... Like, for Jake, he made that decision to, of course, talk to that guy. I felt so bad for that guy that was in the armory. With the fact that Charles did him dirty. With the Holt app thing. But, yeah. That's it though. Life, you do worry when, like, in this situation, and the only thing you can really do is, well, wait, really, because you can't really do anything. And sometimes you just gotta have that distraction, like Amy and Gina did. So yeah. And, like, heck, even Hitchcock and Scully, so painful. But, like, that's it for the viewers, though. You see all of these hilarious scenes come about in this episode, and, if you're not, like, there might be some people who think, well, I don't know if this, fits for what's happening in the background of this episode, but that's it, though. Some people might need to take their mind off things in a situation like this. Some people might have the idea of thinking, Rosa's going to come home. She's a badass. And that was echoed in this episode. Because you just got to, like, sometimes you do reassure yourself, and sometimes you just got to give yourself that moment of faith, because, yeah. And sometimes you just got to make yourself laugh and keep your mind distracted. So, and yeah, and it actually reminds me of a scenario, actually. Obviously not identical to what was happening with the shooting and that, but I had to keep my mind distracted coming home from school one day because my stepdad got hospitalized. And sadly, he did not make it. But I mean, we didn't know what was happening over the course of those few hours because me and my siblings, we had to go to our grand's whilst my mum was with her, was with our stepdad in the hospital because he collapsed. And it was like a situation where we had to keep, because we couldn't do anything really, and we just had to wait until, sadly, we got the news. But during that time, I had to keep myself distracted. So yeah. And that's it though. When it came to, some people in the 9-9, they had to keep themselves distracted, even if the toilet wasn't being a friend to Amy, because I'm sure the toilet attacked her twice. So yeah. And I think I don't know. I think just in general, for the audience, it works if the toilet, I guess, attacks Amy rather than Gina. So, yeah, because Gina's gonna be there making snide comments. So yeah, but yeah, it was a really, really well done episode. And it does hurt when it does deal with a situation where people are helpless to do anything. So yeah. But it also shows that support at the end of the day that, the 9-9 will have for each other. So yeah, even if you're gonna, make rash decisions and all, because that's it though, Jake wanted to help, which is understandable, but he's got that support. With Holt, he needed that little bit of guidance from Holt at the end of the day. So yeah. So it was a really, really powerful stuff, and I loved, of course, the reactions when everyone got back. I'm sure, the movie that Holt was referencing as well was related to The Breakfast Club, because that's the first thing that came to my mind, where it was they should make a movie where people were talking, because it does remind me similarly, in a similar manner, of The Breakfast Club. So yeah, don't know, but that was the first thing that came to my mind. So yeah, but yeah, that ending was incredible. Was really, really wonderful. So yeah, even that last scene where, you had Amy and Rosa hug, and then, Rosa invites Gina, and it was really, really well done. So yeah. But yeah, really powerful stuff, this episode. So yeah. So yeah, 2 more episodes left to go. Have a feeling how we're going to conclude things, given, the episode after what we've just watched, before, should I say, what we just watched, yeah, so, but yeah, I have a feeling how we're going to end things for B99. For some reason, I am just expecting stuff to happen that is going to test my heart, because why not? So, yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what will happen. But yeah, great episode. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed these reactions. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more like content. You can also subscribe to my BG feeds and channels if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.